It's time now for the Beer Chill New News Report on this Friday afternoon, November 13th, 2015. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Peter Wiggins. I have new news headlines on this Friday, November 13th. Here, top story at 12 noon here on this Friday afternoon here is he hit his face, but Giadi John was English-speaking voice of that. It says, twisted videotape the taunts of acts of terrible cruelty, beheaded hostages who had gone in the Middle East to help others and report stories to the world. Anger sits at the heart of Donald Trump's 2016 campaign and his appeal as a candidate, as anger at a political system that failed. Indianapolis police investigated Salem and Indianapolis pastor's wife that's week found fighting to catch her killers. Amanda Blackburn Twain was found critically injured Tuesday after being shot in the head inside her home. One of the two convicted murderers who broke out of an upstate New York prison last year pleaded guilty to the 3 counts related to the escape. In a telephone interview, actress Polly Perrette described being visually attacked by a homeless man on a street near his Hollywood Hills home. In Sinjar, Iraq, Kurdish and Yazidi fighters retook Sinjar on Friday morning on the second day of a major offensive to reclaim the city in northern Iraq, which has been under the brutal domination of the Islamic State for more than 15 months. Nobel laureate Aung San Suu Kyi's party won a historic majority in the Myanmar's parliament, making the nation's rejection of decades of military rule. It was a matter of time before residents of Dayad, Hezbollah-controlled suburb of Beirut, Lebanon, was bombed again Thursday after nearly 2 years apart. Suicide bombers claimed by the Islamic State reportedly killed 43 people and wounded. China argues right makes right with South China Sea beacons. Black students ran the U.S. complaining casual everyday racism as students at Boston College raised their arms during a solidarity demonstration on the school's campus. The arrest of a uniformed Secret Service officer charged with trying to solicit a teen girl for sex and send an obscene images and text online is the latest embarrassment of an agency charged with protecting the president and his family. Hillary Clinton's campaign had announced a $30 billion plan to help coal countries that adopt to new climate change policies that could help the striking economic impact in the communities. Convicted child sex abuser Jerry Sandusky is entitled to his Pennsylvania State University pension. A state court ruled Friday because he was not an employee of its university at the time and the underlying criminal acts were committed. U.S. retail sales rose less than expected on October and amid a surprise decline in automobile purchases, suggesting a slowdown in the consumer spending that could temper expectations of a strong pickup in fourth quarter economic growth. Meanwhile, NV lost its $26 billion household bid for Pergo Committee after a 7-month pursuit of rare outcome in what's shaped to be one of the most bitter takeover battles in decades. U.S. stocks were lower on Friday after Cisco's disappointing forecasted weaker expected October retail sales data and forecast cuts by department store chain feels of a slowdown in the demand ahead of a key holiday shopping season. Dublin, Ireland, Marzan Farmer PLC, a pharmaceutical company focused on improving patient lives by developing and acquiring and commercializing differentiated and accessible medicines. New Delhi, a massive glacier in Greenland has accelerated its retreat, alarming scientists who say it could raise global sea levels by almost half a meter and it melts completely. A hollow log hive at the 7 reveals the details of the circular comb architecture and Apis mellifera. Scientists say that the concept could help conservationists better understand today's ocean environment as larger fish species are affected by the climate change through overfishing. Scientists have long debated the origins of Earth's water. It made human life possible, distinguishing our lush planet from the barren ones that surround us. Doctors have already started to screen women and go to the procedure which been conducted successfully 9 times as Cleveland Clinic to offer uterus transplants in clinical trial. Research said the report shows a large increase in children with autism because of changes to the survey question, which they said they make the results more accurate. In London, a new lung cancer pill from AstraZeneca designed for patients with disease has worsened after treatment with other therapies was approved by the U.S. It was a lonely disease. People who get sick, not one that came to visit them. They were alone, and if they died, they usually died alone. All right, looking at the stock market report here at 12:04 here. Down 1.58 points at 17,347.49. S&P 500 2036.33 down 9.64 points. Nasdaq 4,097.56 down 34.31 points. European markets fare not much better so far. Here as DAX down 74.23 points at 17,708.40. FTSE down 60.40 points at 6,118.28. CAC 40 down 40.70 points at 4,807.95. Asia markets, Nikkei 19,596.91 down 186 points. Shanghai 3,581.78 down 51.20 points. HSI down 492.78 points at 2,396.14. Oil markets 40.65 down 1.10 cents. Brent 43.78 down 28 cents. And natural gas 2.3464 up 104,000 point. Gold 1081.60 up 60 cents. Silver 14.21 down 5,000 point. And copper 2.1695 down 3,000 point. Bond, US 10 unit 2.2834% down 36,000 point. German 10 unit 0.5609% down 2,000 point. And Japanese 10 unit euro 0.303% down 7,000 point. FX bond, European US dollar 1.0726 down 1,000 point. US dollar Japanese yen 122.90 up 31 cents. And Great Britain pound US dollar 1.5207 down 23,000 point. Okay, looking at some commodities here at 12:05. Wheat, 4.94.5, down 3.5. Soybean, 8.56 3/4, down 6.25. Corn, 3.59.5, down 2.5. Sugar, 15.05, up 8 cents. Coffee, 112.90, down $2.40. Cotton, 61 3/4, down 9 cents. Rough rice, 12.19, down 17 cents. And cocoa, 3,343, up 34. Livestock futures live cattle, 130.40, down 2 3/4. Leonards 54.325 down 1.775 and FT cattle 173.15 down 2.225 thousand points. Okay, looking at the sports here at 12:06. The Norton Lancers football team will be in Kingston taking on the Silver Lake. Game time 7 o'clock here. And the Boston Celtics will be down at the Garden taking on Atlanta Hawks. Game time 7:30 p.m. East Rutherford, New Jersey. He won it just the way he likes, with big defense and a bold threat as a Rex Rams new team Buffalo Bills beat his old team, the New York Jets, 22-17 on Thursday night at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. A couple hundred people showed up in Lower Manhattan Friday morning in front of the office of New York Attorney General Eric Schneider to protest his stance on daily fantasy sports. And the Bantamweight Championship is on the line this weekend as UFC 193 in Australia. Ronda Rousey makes her 7th title defense against former boxing champion Holly Holm at Melbourne's Aviad Stadium. Pure Channel News Times now 12:07 here on this Friday afternoon here. It's time now for a travel report here, and let's start off down and down here on this Friday afternoon here, where Route 37 on the westbound side is a little slow, but from 95 Work all the way up to 295 in Cranston here. Newport Bridge on both ends is slow. Route 3 on the southbound side here is slow from 53 in Hanover all the way through the Hanover stretch here. Southeast Expressway on the northbound side is slow from 3A in Quincy all the way out to Dorchester here. And Southeast Expressway southbound side is backed up from the Pike all the way out to Dorchester here. Mass parking on the westbound side. Get an accident in Newton, so expect a few delays here. Mass parking on the westbound side, it did slow for the Grafton stretch. 290 on the westbound side, so from Route 190 to Route 9 in Worcester here. Sumner Tunnel also before the entrance from Logan Airport in East Boston here. 120 on the southbound side, so from 28 in Woburn all the way out to 3 in Burlington here. 93 on the northbound side, so from Woburn all the way out to Route 128 here. 120 on the southbound side, so from Manchester by Sea all the way out to Denver's here. Route 3 on the southbound side, also before Route 495 in Lowell here. Route 2 on the westbound side, also for Fort Devens. Route 2 on the eastbound side, also around Route 111 in Concord, Hampshire. 495 on the southbound side. We get an accident down around Route 111 in Harvard, Mass. So expect some delays here. Up in New Hampshire, it's looking good in the Granite State here. And on the main turnpike here, it is looking good from York to Augusta via Paulton here. On 195 in the main turnpike in Saco, a little slow. And 295 looking good from Portland to Gutter. Okay, look at that MBTA alerts here at 12:09. Still on an asphalt expressing minor laser traffic. Commuter rail. Looking good, and on the ferries, they are looking good. Peter Channel News Time, 12:09. It's time now for a weather report here. Our current conditions in North Massachusetts at 12:09 p.m. 60 degrees, that temperature first gas. Humidity 44%. Wind speed west at 17, gusts 26 miles an hour. Barometer 26, 29.51 inches, dew about 38 degrees, and visibility at 10 miles an hour. Here. Okay, let's take a look at our current conditions around the region here. It is 59 degrees in Boston, 56 in Bedford, 57 in Beverly, 55 in Gloucester, 57 in Lawrence, 55 in Fitchburg, 51 in Worcester and Milford, 52 in Sturbridge, 58 in Norwood, 60 degrees in Taunton, 58 in New Bedford, it's 59 in Plymouth, 59 in Falmouth, 58 in Chatham and Provincetown and Nantucket, 59 degrees in Muffers Vineyard, it's 54 in Providence, 16 in Wesley, 57 in Muffers Vineyard, 59 in Montauk, 16 in Islip, 16 in New York City, 16 in Bridgeport, 58 in New Haven, it's 57 in Danbury, 55 in Waterbury, 59 in Meriden and Hartford, 57 degrees in Winslow, 55 in Springfield, it's 54 in Greenfield, 52 in Northampton, 50 in Pittsfield, 53 in Albany and Silver Springs, 50 degrees in Rutland and Bennington, Vermont, 47 in Brattleboro, Vermont, 55 degrees in Lebanon, New Hampshire, 54 in Keene, Hampshire, 51 degrees in Jeff, New Hampshire, 56 degrees in Nashville, New Hampshire, 58 in Manchester and Concord, New Hampshire, 54 degrees in Elkhorn, New Hampshire, 57 degrees in Paulton, Smith, New Hampshire, 60 degrees up in Portland, Maine. Here, okay, take a look at it. Third map around the country shows a cold stationary front around Gulf of Mexico, merged with this cold front from Gulf of Mexico, stretching in Florida and up the eastern seaboard, merged with a warm front around Nova Scotia, and got a pink front stretching up through Maine and up the eastern Quebec. Here, stationary front from north central Minnesota, stretching in the northern Great Lakes and up the eastern Ontario to Quebec City. Here, warm front down for western Alberta and a cold front from southwestern British Columbia and a front from south central British Columbia name for eastern Washington down to Oregon and a front from southern Alberta down for southwestern Saskatchewan down to Montana down for Wyoming and down for western Nebraska. Low pressure with a front from southeastern Colorado down for New Mexico. Front down the California coast with a low pressure off southern California here. And we got two ridges high pressure, one in the Intermountain region and one in the Ozarks of Kansas, Missouri, Arkansas, and Oklahoma here. 43 degrees out temperature right now in Detroit, 46 in Pittsburgh, 58 in Washington, D.C., 55 in Atlanta, 83 in Miami, Florida, 63 degrees in New Orleans, 72 in Brownsville, Texas, 52 degrees in Dallas and St. Louis, 44 in Kansas City, 42 in Omaha, Nebraska, 30 in Chicago, 35 in Minneapolis, St. Paul, 44 in Billings, 46 in Great Falls, Montana, 54 in Seattle, 47 in San Francisco, 56 in Los Angeles, 52 in Las Vegas, 31 degrees in Salt Lake City, 33 in Denver, 33 in Albuquerque, and 67 degrees out in Phoenix, and 52 in Las Vegas. Okay, let's take a look at what is going on in the radar situation here, and we're seeing some spotty rain showers from Leominster and Fitchburg, stretching up north of Route 2 from Pimpleton and Athol, stretching up into Jaffrey and Peterborough, New Hampshire here. And seeing some spotty rain showers east of Keene, Hampshire, and some spotty rain showers east of Fullerton, stretching at Amherst, and up in west central Massachusetts from east of Great Barrington, up in western Massachusetts, and up in Vermont, and stretching east towards the thruway from Albany all the way out to Syracuse. And zooming out a little bit here, and then it shows some line of rain showers from Albany down for Buffalo, down for Ontario, and then up into Michigan here, and zooming around, and it shows some spotty rain showers in southern and northern portions of Michigan with some snow and sleet from northern Michigan and northeastern Wisconsin all the way out to eastern Ontario, and a lot of the rain showers from northeastern Ontario to north of southern Quebec, and stretching it up in the north central New Hampshire, but in western and northern portions of Maine and the eastern Quebec, and a lot of rain showers from New Brunswick down from Nova Scotia, and some spotty rain, sleet, and snow showers in western and northeastern portions of Prince Edward Island here, and some spotty rain showers in central and southwestern portions of Florida, spotty rain showers in east central portions of Texas here, and a little line of rain showers in the north central portions of Idaho, and a line of rain showers from northwestern Oregon, stretching up I-5 through Washington State here, and spotty rain and sleet from northern Idaho to western Montana, a lot of rain showers and sleet and snow from southeastern portions of British Columbia, and now for southwestern portions of Alberta here, spotty snow and sleet showers from central portions of Alberta, and a line of rain showers from southeastern portions of Alaska here. Alright. Looking at the satellite loop here, and it shows around the country patchy clouds from western New England, stretching into Great Lakes, and then up to Ontario, and then Quebec, then Atlantic Canada. A streak of clouds from Mississippi down for central Louisiana, down for southeastern Texas. A line of clouds from the Dakotas, stretching up to the northern Rockies, and up to Oregon, Washington State, Coming to much of British Columbia, Alberta, up to Saskatchewan, and western portions of Manitoba here, and patchy clouds around west central Mexico here. All right. Nothing brewing in the Atlantic, and nothing brewing in the Eastern Pacific here, in the tropics here. All right. Take a look at a forecast discussion around the region here. It shows strong low pressure moving across Quebec to the main today will result in windy but dry mild conditions across southern New England, and sending the cold front will move throughout the air late tonight. Addition and much colder and blustery conditions for Saturday. High pressure builds in an area Sunday it moves overhead early next week, resulting in dry mild weather as high moves offshore. Temperatures may become much warmer than normal mid to late next week. New terminal until 6 p.m. this evening. 10 a.m. update. Winds have definitely picked up over the last couple of hours as the boundary layer has deepened out, seeing gusts of 40 and 45 miles an hour along the south coast. We'll have to keep an eye on this as the wind environment may need to be expanded westward. Has made a few adjustments to the winds to bring it up to the observed values and to trend them upwards a bit. Otherwise, the forecast is on track here. And all right, we're hearing the winds outside. It is howling here as take a look at a 7-day forecast. It goes like this. This afternoon, Port Saskatchewan about 58 degrees, breezing with a westward about 16 to 20 miles an hour, gust high is 31 miles an hour here. Tonight, Port Saskatchewan about 35 degrees, westward about 15 to 18 miles an hour, gust high is 30 miles an hour here. For Saturday, Saskatchewan about 46 degrees, northwestward about 11 to 15 miles an hour, gust high is 28 miles an hour here. For Saturday night, most coast about 30 degrees, westward about 6 to 8 miles an hour here. Sunday, both Saskatchewan about 52 degrees, westward about 6 miles an hour here. Saturday night, Port Saskatchewan about 37 degrees. Monday, Saskatchewan about 57 degrees. Monday night, Port Saskatchewan about 37 degrees. Tuesday, Port Saskatchewan about 55 degrees. Tuesday, both Saskatchewan about 41 degrees. Wednesday, both Saskatchewan about 58 about 46 degrees. And for Thursday, chance of showers, both Saskatchewan about 50 to 62 degrees. Chance of precipitation 30%. Paris, whatever phrase of the day, a windy day in town. Purity, have a good afternoon. Goodbye. See you at 4 o'clock for a 4 o'clock report. Have a good afternoon.